There we go. Alright, so this is the Rue Valley demo. Does this game not have any audio? Oh, there we go. Jesus. Personality points? We'll do that. Yes, you're somewhat calculated, but what's wrong with finding... There we go. You know you're pretty calculated, you're often overthinking stuff and are generally very cautious. You're quite introverted, but you still enjoy being in crowds sometimes. Two could be considered a crowd, right? Being a quite sensitive person, you see life as a struggle, especially when they tell you to just chill. You're not that indifferent of a person, but you do find it easy to distance yourself from emotions. Let's do guilt-ridden. The frenetic sound of a century-old clock nudges you back to the present. The stale air perfectly complements the image of the old motel room.
Still with me, Mr. Harrell?
Why is the UI so damn small? Your personality traits determine your dialogue options. Some options will only be available if you have a certain trait, while others might be blocked by that same trait. Remember, traits are neither good nor bad. They are a crucial part of role-playing a character with a real personality. I'm terribly sorry. My mind wandered off. Could you repeat that, please? He smiles.
No worries, Mr. Harrell. I'm aware that you may be experiencing a slight lack of motivation right now.
Red ribbons on the character portrait show the status effects your character currently has. Status effects have a negative impact on your personality and dialogue options. Slight lack of motivation? More like total lack of motivation. You'd rather stay in bed all day instead of attending this farce they call therapy in the middle of nowhere. Sorry, I'm rolling my sleeves down a little bit.
And we'll surely be coming back to this condition of yours later during our sessions.
Your personality is represented in this part of the screen. It shows your personality access that you defined during your character creation, as well as the trait that you chose. Select/hover over a trait to see what it is and what it does.
But for now, I just want you to acknowledge its existence and try to stay aware of it at all times, if possible.
Silence befalls the room, a muffled clanging sound from outside only making the moment more uncomfortable. I'll try.
That's good to hear. Now, in order to keep us focused, I always limit the session length to exactly 1 hour, hence the alarm. However, since this is your first session, I'll allow a few questions, if there's anything.
Is another session really necessary? I was hoping this would be a one-time thing.
Mr. Harrow, your case is not to be underestimated. We need to assess the situation carefully.
Your case? Your case. Not so long ago, nobody cared about what you do, yet now, suddenly, your business is everyone's business. Your business is everyone's business.
This first session is more for you to get acquainted with me and my methods. We have a long road ahead of us. Any other questions?
Can't you simply state that I'm fine so we can both move on with our lives?
Mr. Harrow.
He looks you straight in the eye.
That is out of the question. This is a court-ordered therapy, and both of us could be fined or worse if we don't see it through. And I have my own professional reasons in addition to the legal ones. You require help, and I've been designated to provide it.
He looks away, stern-faced.
I've never let a client down, and I'm not about to start now. Anything else?
Why do we have to do this here in the middle of nowhere?
It may be hard to understand the need for isolation at first, but my methods require complete divergence from the client's regular way of life, as well as temporary distancing from their social groups and circles. This place is ideal in that regard. However, it's understandable that you need a period of adaptation to both this idea and to your new surroundings. That's also why I haven't asked you to hand over your phone yet. But please don't be alarmed. We'll talk about everything in due time.
He glances at the clock, almost too fast for you to notice.
All right then. That's it for today.
Through the door, you hear that sound again.
You should go and check in at the office. Your room is probably ready by now.
Okay. Next to you is the source of the clangs you hear from inside. You heard from inside, a young woman beating up an old vending machine.
Give me my coffee, you jerk! Spit it out already!
She's pounding the life out of the poor machine. Could she be here for her therapy as well? Who knows? But unlike you, she definitely looks like she needs it. She should consult with a real professional, not a charlatan like Dr. Fink. Nobody needs to be sent away from their home to this dump, regardless of their mental state. And yet, what is to be done with lunatics like her? Let them rage around freely, yelling and kicking vending machines wherever they go? There must be a better way to help a distressed person. Perhaps you could speak with her, see if you could help her. Help somehow. Or is that too much to ask right now? Yeah, we're in total lack of motivation, so we can't do that. Oh, office. Or no, room is up here. Which one is my room? The paint is peeling from the wood of the door, but number 6 is new, shiny, and chrome. You press the knob and push the door, half expecting it to work. It's locked. Still locked. I don't really know where I'm going. The sun still burns as bright as if it was in zenith, its heat absorbed by asphalt. You won't get far without a car. A feeling of longing and restlessness starts to well up inside you. You can't help but wonder what lies beyond the horizon. The horizon? The horizon, beyond the limits of this suffocating desert. But even if you weren't trapped here, you wouldn't go. You may long for the sense of adventure that comes with being on the road, but all you can do is stand and stare, and wish for what could have become of the young man that you once were a long time ago. Oh, office.
Yes, Rue Valley Motel. Our Coral Destiny internet antenna is down.
All the attention of the girl behind the counter is occupied by the ongoing phone call.
No, the repair tech already came yesterday. Said the internet will be up by noon today.
She says to the person on the other side of the phone call. Too introverted. It's best to let her make the first move. She'll soon notice you on her own, end the phone call, and ask if she can help you. That's what receptionists are supposed to do. Pretend to look at the leaflets laying on the desk and hope she will address you eventually. You grab a leaflet and stare through it, mentally preparing for the imminent conversation. You either manage to look like you're really here for the leaflets, or she simply doesn't care.
Yes, I have rebooted the modem.
She says to her conversation partner, clearly annoyed. Time in the game does not progress outside of dialogue, so in order to wait until certain events happen, you need to find a way to kill time. Usually you can do that with various items and interactions around you. For example, reading a book, scrolling through your phone, or just chilling in a cozy chair. We'll mess around on her phone. A chair is not a bed, but let's be honest, it's better than standing. The phone bleeps to life with a look screen that is obviously years old, or with a lock screen that is obviously years old. If it wasn't a collection of pixels, it would be musty with age and neglect. Yeah. Until she finishes the call. Guess I'm supposed to squash them all. As your mind spins around the absurdity of this game, and while your fingers roam aimlessly across the screen, a group of tiny bow-tie-wearing antagonists gather near the pile of boxes at the bottom of the screen. Absolutely nothing happens. The little guys keep gathering around. As soon as you're about to get the one with the goatee, a slightly larger antagonist with a monocle and pocket watch enters the play area. Tap on the big guy. You press your finger against the monocled watchman, maybe a bit too hard. The tip of your finger slips and you almost drop your phone. You look at the screen after your heart almost skipped a beat and see that the whole screen is taken up by bold fat letters saying, "Temporal disruption." The hell's going on? The letters disappear and you notice that the whole screen is frozen. The antagonists gathered around the pile of boxes stand still on their weirdest poses. Nothing happens. Your fingers, like ghosts, make no change until the screen comes alive for a split second. The antagonists unfreeze and continue to antagonize the pile of boxes. And before you get the chance to do anything, the whole phone is covered in black. Out of the blackness, disappointing red letters appear. Protagonist defeated. Quit the game. With a quick swipe and finger flick, the game is gone and you're back staring at your old wallpaper. Minutes pass, but the phone call is still not at its
Of
end.
course it's urgent. Our guests don't have Wi-Fi, the credit card machines are dead, we can't access reservations.
We're going to scroll through our feed until she finishes the call. You start scrolling through stale memes, boring news articles, beach photos of ex-acquaintances, and poorly targeted sponsored posts. In one picture, a grinning middle-aged stranger is apparently showcasing his newest baby. Thanks to a cleverly applied filter, both of them sport donkey ears. In an overly long and arguably racist video, a non-native speaker is repeatedly making embarrassing linguistic errors. They often turn out to be unintentional double entendres. Hilarity ensues. We'll check the signal. 1 bar. But you get the feeling that if it could, it would show half a bar. Seems like all these posts were from some time ago, stashed needlessly in your phone's memory. Unless you hook up to some local Wi-Fi, you won't get much internet here. The receptionist is still arguing with the internet service provider, and you're getting restless.
Listen, I know what I'm talking about. Your repair tech said it was fixed. Can you just...
She seems to get interrupted by the person on the other end of the line. We're gonna wait patiently. This time is relative. It flies when you're having fun, but lately for you, it has been practically standing still. Time goes by and the girl at the reception desk is still talking.
Misheard? No, she said Sunday noon. I wrote it down. I'm not... Sunday or later? That's... No, no! This is such a waste of time.
Finally, the girl hangs up, ending the forever call.
Hi! Can I help you? I would have hung up earlier if I knew you were waiting for me. You're too quiet.
Oh, it's my fault, really.
Apology accepted. Okay, let's get you into your room. So, number 6. That's the last one on the second floor. Everything is ready for you.
She raises her hand holding a piece of blue and red plastic.
This is your key card.
Thank you. You stretch your arm politely, hoping she'll hand you the card, but she's completely ignoring your gesture and excitedly waving it around.
Oh, I see you're confused by this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you? Well, we've decided to modernize for a number of reasons.
Okay.
Actually, one reason, to be perfectly honest, the guests just kept on losing their keys. It was exhausting, and my dad didn't like the cost of replacing so many locks. So, yes, we decided to use electronic key cards. Costs us a lot to implement, but now when a guest loses their key, we only need to replace a piece of programmable plastic.
We'll continue
How
listening.
quick is that? It makes my life so much easier.
She takes a deep breath, planning to continue, but a notification sound from her phone interrupts her. She immediately grabs the phone, smiles, and starts typing a message as if she suddenly forgot she was talking with you. But after a few seconds, she puts the phone down and hands you the key card.
Here's your key card, and I'll need your signature here.
Inventory. Items you pick up are stored here. While not in dialogue, you can click on them to interact with them. Also, some items will show more information on their icon, for example, Wi-Fi availability or battery level on your phone. Oh, I'm paranoid, so I have to read the document first. They won't get you this way. And don't forget the small print.
Oh, are you a lawyer, perhaps?
She interrupts you curtly. Why do you ask?
Oh, just that, people usually sign it without reading. It's probably the same in every motel. I bet my father copied it from a template he found online or something.
I prefer to know what I'm signing, thank you very much. You read the whole document and do your best to find a hidden loophole or suspicious wording they may try to use against you, but alas, you can't find anything. If only you were a lawyer. Well, time to click the I agree button and prepare for the unknown consequences.
Thank you for your trust, sir.
She says with a very barely visible smirk.
I'm here if you need anything. Enjoy your stay.
Bye. The clerk is laser focused on her call and she doesn't even notice you've grabbed the pen. If you wanted to snatch her attention as well, you've failed. Okay.
How can I help you, Mr. Harrow?
We're just gonna leave. Room number 6. The paint is peeling. Unlock the door with the key card. Hundreds of strangers have slept in this bed, leaving behind flakes of dead skin. Still, you can't wait to jump into the sheets and contribute to the collection. Unfortunately, between you and the object of your desire, on the folded sheets lies a dusty suitcase. Your suitcase. The smallest one you own. I can't deal with this right now. Yeah, it's such a chore, but the more you prolong it, the worse it will get. If you don't unpack now, it'll feel ever harder and more pointless to do it later. Step by step, a simple act of unpacking will become an insurmountable burden, and even thinking about it will make you feel weak and powerless. Do you really want to crawl back into that deep black pit? I can't go back to that, never. Open the suitcase. There's not much in the suitcase. Spare clothes, a phone charger, a toothbrush, and a couple of other items. You really weren't planning on staying here long. Well, you better see if they have laundry facilities. Sessions, Dr. Frank said. Days or weeks, months even. Decisional check. I'm gonna fail that. Oh. Oh, because I'm calculated. You plug in your phone charger above the bedside cabinet. Put your spare clothes in the closet, your slippers next to your bed, and your toothbrush and a cup under the bathroom mirror. And now that the suitcase has been dealt with, this motel room is officially your home. It'll do. That's the spirit. There are so many dark patches that this can barely be called a mirror. A small cup holds your implements of oral hygiene. You grab the toothbrush from the cup. As soon as you turn on the tap, a horrible smell fills your nostrils. It's like there's a plumbing issue in hell and all that blocked sewage is feeding directly into this faucet. Then you see the water streaming out of the tap. It's a robust shade of jet black mixed with chunks of silt. I'm not touching that water. Not a chance in hell. List of rules. You can't be bothered with that right now. Despite the tight sheets and crisp-looking pillow, the bed reeks of dust and age. It creaks and squirms as you crawl into it. You try to make yourself comfortable, but the overly soft mattress swallows you up. As soon as your head touches the rough pillow, though, tiredness overwhelms you. Coming to this nowhere motel to attend therapy you don't need has drained you both physically and mentally. You are desperate to get some sleep, yet after weeks of wakeful nights, you know it won't come that easy. Just close your eyes and hope sleep will come. The hell? The screen simply reads unknown number. You feel betrayed by your own phone masking the identity of the mysterious caller.
Hello, sir. Am I speaking with Eugene Harrow?
The line crackles heavily as if the man is speaking from the distant past. What can I do for
Mr.
you?
Harrow, the real question is, what can we do for you? My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
Who gave you this number?
Well, Mr. Harrow, to be honest, I don't even have your number. It was randomly selected by the computer. The privacy of our potential clients is among our core values here at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy, I can assure you. Now, if my information is correct, you have recently been unjustly forced to participate in treatment which, in our opinion, may have consequences not aligned with your best interests.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Mr. Harrow, I completely understand how you feel. Even for me, it's hard to talk, hard to even think about the injustice that has occurred. But we will work together to put an end to this undue response to your, well, unique situation. I mean, we have only known each other for a couple of minutes, and I can already see what a strong-willed individual you are. You know what you want, and nothing will stop you from getting it. So I presume you're ready for the next step in our cooperation?
Thank you, but I'm not interested in your services at the moment.
Of course, of course. I'll assume you have nothing against my calling again later just to make sure you haven't changed your mind. I'll write that down here. Eugene, Mr. Harrow, it was a pleasure. Talk to you soon. Tschüss.
Before you have a chance to say anything, the phone line is already dead. But at least now you know you're not the only one who realizes the absurdity of this mandated psychotherapy. We're gonna mess with our phone. Squish them all. And as your mind begins to drift, reality fades away. For a precious moment, there's only darkness and silence, but your mind refuses to calm down, and soon your thoughts start chasing each other in circles. What the fuck? Mind map. This is your mind map. It is a representation of all the memories you have and how they are connected. When a new memory is available, you can recall it by clicking on it and to activate it. Once the memory is activated, it can open dialogue choices in relation to that memory. From the blur of half-formed memories and impressions, an image of the receptionist emerges. Out of the swirling images, the bushy eyebrows of your new psychotherapist emerge, bouncing up and down as he talks. I'm terribly sorry I wandered off. Could you repeat that, please? He's so boring you almost fell asleep. And you apologize to him? You're such a doormat. You see yourself lying in the bed in your new motel room, holding your phone next to your right ear.
My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at the Interior Paralegal Expertise Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
If they have your number, then they probably know your location. In fact, they probably know what you're thinking about right now. The image of the young woman flashes before your mind's eye. She's punching and kicking the old vending machine. Could she be here for therapy as well? It is what it is. You have nothing to say, nothing to do, just the bare minimum. As your consciousness keeps spinning around, the carousel of recent experiences warps into a single vision, suspended between the sleep and waking. You find yourself staring at the smallest suitcase you own, perched on rumpled motel sheets. Everything is packed. Clothes, phone charger, toothbrush, and a couple of other items. I'm ready to go home. As you reach for the handle, you notice a toothless gap. As if the suitcase forgot to fully exhale. Then the gap widens just a little, and something shifts inside. The suitcase jerks. Better shut it tight first. But the suitcase feels too alive. With a loud hiss, the seam splits and a snake's head appears, lidless eyes fixed on yours. Then more hisses follow and more snakes emerge, liquid as death and cold as oil. Their bodies twist into knots, ready to spill all over the sweaty sheets. You slam the lid down. The latch snaps shut, silencing the hisses for now. I got to get rid of the suitcase. Let's just shove it under the bed and get out of here. Out of sight, out of mind. As you descend the stairs, midday heat pricks your neck with sweat, and you think of everything you left inside the suitcase. It's just clothes, phone charger, toothbrush, and a couple of other items. You enter the reception area. No one's there. No one's here, and even the AC is turned off. The air is hostile and heavy. I can't wait here. It's too hot. On a desk, a stack of pristine checkout forms sits beside a pen. Perhaps you could just sign it yourself. Name, date of birth, length of stay, but a single mischievous drop of ink escapes the pen and begins swelling into a blot. A puddle, a pond, spreading across the form as sweat spreads across your shirt. I need to write faster, but the ink is faster yet, and soon it consumes everything you have written. Start over. You slap the new form over the old one. The blot seeps upward. Your sweat drips downward. The paper becomes a battleground of stains. Your tongue feels swollen, your throat dry. It's no use. Just keep writing. You write all the words in black on a completely black paper and sign it in black. Not your fault after all. But it is. You did what you could. Now it's time to leave and find something to drink. Get out already. The parking lot shimmers in the heat. Asphalt soft underfoot. Across it, the vending machine glows like a mirage. Its glass fogged with condensation. The machine hums, light flickering, but no bottle comes out. You drop another coin. Clink, press, hum, still nothing. The world narrows to the clink of metal. The press of your finger, the machine's empty whir. Maybe this time it'll work. The fuck? You tried to leave this damned motel and all that therapy nonsense behind, but everything kept falling apart. Don't worry, it wasn't even a real memory, yet it's an echo of my past. But it is an embodiment of my feelings. More like random neural activity in your brain, synapses sparking from nothing. Best forget about it. I just know it's important. Or it didn't feel random at all. Could be. But are you strong enough to remember it? Brave enough to confront it? Not yet. Because of our total lack of motivation. What the fuck? The sound of a car engine and screeching tires urges you to open your eyes, bringing you back to miserable reality once again. Your head is still spinning. Status effects. Some status effects can have a greater impact on your personality. Thirsty, for example, nudges you just 1 point toward the impulsive side, but some other status effects have a much greater influence and in some cases drastically change the personality you define in character creation. Your head is still spinning in a whirlwind of uncontrollable thoughts. Your nostrils pick up a curious smell of dust, and your throat is as dry as a desert. It was foolish to hope you'd fall asleep. Get up and find some water. Yet somehow this doesn't surprise you. Instead, it almost... Yeah, I'm not touching that water. Wait, what about the bathtub? Nope. Jesus.
Damn it!
You hear the man yell from inside his vehicle. Even through the tinted windshield, you can feel his frustration.
Come on, start, you piece of shit!
Judging by the careless driving you just witnessed, the man is either under the influence or another patient of Dr. Fink's. He's probably drunk. Good thing he's driving, though. Driving through a desert, that lowers the risk of him hurting anyone but himself. Come to think of it, could it be that's exactly what he's trying to do? I'd rather not think about that right now. Right, let's find something to drink. This kind of reminds me of Disco Elysium, at least from what I've seen of it. Holy shit. You jump as if someone jabbed you in the stomach. For a split second, the whole world was exploding, but it wasn't just a thunderclap, the loudest one you ever witnessed. But it was just a thunderclap, the loudest one you've ever witnessed. Does this motel even have a lightning rod installed? Next time it might hit me. But while you're already thinking about the next strike, your heart is still racing because of the last one. It's pumping, but there's nothing to use this unwanted excessive adrenaline for, so it keeps lingering, eating you from the inside while you stand alone and thirsty in the middle of the empty parking lot. The battered machine seems to be decades old, except for a newly installed, comically large reddish button. It reads, "Drinking water for the people of Rue Valley, free of charge, courtesy of Coral Destiny." Press the reddish button. With a bang and a clang, the machine vomits out a bottle of water. Take the bottled water. The almost frozen plastic feels slippery in your sweaty hand. You can't wait to drink it, to drain it of the precious fluid. God damn it. Wait, how come the water's for free? Think, man, think! You've allowed yourself to be seduced by the promise of that cool, fresh sip. Stop and ask yourself the important questions. Who benefits from free water? Why would anyone just give away something of value for nothing? What if they poisoned it? Exactly! Don't open it. Precautions be damned. You rip open the bottle cap and start draining the water until you hold a shriveled plastic husk in your hand. Suddenly the night sky turns blood red and you feel an infinite scream passing through everything. Unbearable anxiety washes over you. Get away, but you can't run away from the whole sky. From the whole sky on fire any better than you can from your own past. At least I don't have to face it. Your eyelids connect and darkness greets you for a mere second, but as always, the carousel of suffering starts spinning immediately. How do I let go of it? That's easy. Simply let go of yourself. What kind of answer is that? The receptionist says whimsically, emerging from the whirlwind. No, I was expecting an answer. But the receptionist disappears, and instead the fiery sky begins burning its way through the darkness, cutting several straight, narrow slits in your closed eyelids. I want this to stop. Squeeze your eyelids tighter. Well then keep craving, keep clinging, keep suffering. I have no choice. Red sky is seeping through the cuts in your eyelids, forming a number.
Still with me, Mr. Harrell?
Surely there's something pleasant to think of instead of this bushy-eyebrowed psychotherapist and this court-mandated therapy. Think of something sexy. But Dr. Fink only seems to become more real.
Mr. Harrell, can you hear me?
Yes, sorry.
It's all right.
He pauses for a moment.
I'm aware that you may be experiencing a slight lack of motivation right now, and will surely be coming back to this condition of yours.
Lack of motivation? That's the least of your worries while your mind is filled with this crushing, overwhelming sense of impending... Wait, did you hear that? A muffled sound of metallic clanging from the outside diverts your frail attention. For some unknown reason, your heartbeat accelerates, and cold sweat appears in your armpits.
At all times, if possible.
The doctor finishes, apparently expecting some sort of answer from you. Sure.
That's good to hear. Now, in order to keep us focused, I always limit the session length to exactly 1 hour, hence the alarm. However, since this is your first session...
He stops mid-sentence and gives you a concerned look.
Mr. Harrow, you're shaking. Are you feeling unwell?
Well, you endured the whole session stoically so far, but this one moment of anxiety, it could completely ruin your chances of being sent back home at any time soon. Emotional check. Try and act like the stable, well-adjusted person that you are. Too sensitive. You open your mouth with the intention of convincing him that you're fine, but the stress is just too high to control, and it instantly overwhelms you. We're gonna panic. Your heart speeds up, your breathing follows, and soon you start feeling dizzy, and then you feel it, a sharp chest pain. Oh no, am I having a panic attack? Yes. This realization makes you panic even more, which further accelerates your breathing.
Easy, Mr. Harrow. You're not having a heart attack or anything similar. Trust me. You're just getting too much oxygen. Let's try breathing through pursed lips as if we're blowing out a candle. This will help.
No, he's trying to kill me. I need oxygen. Breathe out even faster. Jesus Christ.
Mr. Harrow?
Did I pass out?
Only for a few seconds. No need to worry. Just take it easy. Feeling a little better?
He smiles.
Good.
Pauses for a moment.
May I ask, how is your sleep these days?
I haven't slept in months.
Is that so?
He seems to inspect the dark circles under your
Well
eyes.
then, if you happen to have trouble falling asleep tonight,
He opens his hand, revealing a single purple pill lying in his palm. There's no reflection in his glasses. Above them is a pair of bushy eyebrows.
remember, what I'm giving you is a mild, non-prescription herbal hypnotic drug. Nothing more. Hopefully it'll help you calm down and get some rest tonight. We'll continue tomorrow. All right then. Now you only need to pick up the key card for your room. And I'll call the receptionist to make sure everything is in order. Sounds good?
Thank you. What the fuck just happened?
The exit is behind you. That's the bathroom.
May I use it, please?
Of course.
The book's cover is dominated by a stunning redhead, her face elegantly made up, her dress tight. Shadows gather all around her, but a gun in her hand shows she's ready for any threat. Not to mention that with that décolletage, she's definitely dressed to kill. A terrified and confused man meets your gaze from the other side of the mirror. He looks exactly like you, but somehow doesn't feel like you. What's happening to me? You must have gotten lost in thought for a moment while the doctor was speaking. Could have possibly happened more than a couple of minutes ago, but it feels like an hour has passed since. And then the sound of that old alarm clock awakened you from a daydream you can't remember, and this overwhelming tsunami of dread appeared out of nowhere. Swallow the purple pill. As soon as you turn on the tap, a horrible smell fills the room as the... Oh, right. Yet somehow this doesn't surprise you. Yeah. We'll get a water from the
Refreshed
vending
yourself?
machine.
Feeling a bit better now?
A bit.
That's good to hear. See you tomorrow, Mr. Harrell.
The source of the clangs is a young woman beating up on an old vending machine. For some unknown reason, looking at her makes you feel more nervous. Even more nervous. Just get away from her.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
What the fuck?
I'll break you open if I have to.
All the attention of the girl behind the counter is being hogged by the ongoing phone call.
Of course it's urgent. Our guests don't have Wi-Fi, the credit card machines are dead. We can't...
She pauses for a second.
Hold on, I have someone on the other line. Hello, reception? Oh, what can I do for you, Dr. Fink? If it's about the Wi-Fi,
She pauses again and directs her gaze towards you.
Yes, he's here. Of course, no problem.
In an instant, a realization dawns on you. Because of your panicked outburst at the end of the session, Dr. Fink must have just warned the receptionist of your condition. She smiles back at you as she touches the button again.
Hello? I'm very sorry. I will have to call you back later. Bye.
She ends the call and turns to you.
Hello, Mr. Harrow. How are you? Are you ready to check in?
She continues in the same breath without waiting for your answer.
Everything is in perfect order. Don't you worry a bit about anything.
Sorry.
Apology accepted. Okay, let's get you into your room.
Her voice is full of enthusiasm.
So, number 6. That's the last one on the second floor. Everything is ready for you. And...
Holding up a piece of blue and red plastic.
this is your key card.
Nod and wait for her to put it on the counter.
Oh, I see you're confused by this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you?
She's excitedly waving the card around her head.
Well, we decided to modernize for a number of reasons.
Suddenly, she curtails her excitement as if she remembered something.
Oh, you must be very tired. Perhaps I'll tell you about it some other time. It's a really interesting story.
I'm looking forward to hearing it sometime.
Here,
She hands over the key card and puts some kind of document on the counter.
I'll just need your signature. Oh, are you a lawyer, perhaps?
No. Just continue reading.
Thank you for your trust, sir. I'm here if you need anything. Enjoy your stay.
Bye.
Come on, you thief.
Why am I afraid of your dusty suitcase, the smallest one you own, is lying on the folded sheets. Even thinking about unpacking right now is making you feel terrified. Perhaps you're scared of what you might find inside. What could be inside? You. Perhaps I could relax in the armchair a little bit. As soon as your buttocks touch the frayed armchair, tiredness overwhelms you. Coming to this nowhere motel to attend therapy you don't need has drained you both physically and mentally. All you want to do is sleep, but unnerving restlessness is gnawing at you from the inside, like a colony of termites munching on a piece of dead wood. What a pitiful, inert object. It's full of my stuff. Stuff? Clothes, phone charger, toothbrush might as well be empty. But it isn't. And it won't ever be without your help. Check who's calling. Unknown number. Answer the phone.
Hello, sir. Am I speaking with Eugene Harrow?
Who wants to know?
My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
My case?
Well, if my information is correct, you have recently been unjustly forced to participate in treatment which, in our opinion, may have consequences not aligned with your best interests. Now, I'm sure you're quite concerned, Mr. Harrow, but don't worry. We're here to help you regain your rights.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Mr. Harrow, I completely understand how you feel. Even for me, it's hard to talk, hard to even think about the injustice that has occurred. But we will work together to put an end to this undue response to your, well, unique situation. I mean, we have only known each other for a couple of minutes, and I can already see what a strong-willed individual you are. You know what you want, and nothing will stop you from getting it. So I presume you're ready for the next step in our cooperation?
Well, do I have to decide right now? This is all happening so suddenly.
I completely understand what you're trying to say, Mr. Harrow. To make things easier for you, I'll simply write down your general consent here and forward your case to my colleagues in our paralegal department. They'll contact you shortly. Well, Mr. Harrow, it was a colossal pleasure talking with you. Juice!
Okay. Before you have a chance to say anything, the phone line is already dead. Close your eyes again. And as if your mind begins to drift, reality fades away. For a precious moment, there's only darkness and silence, but your mind refuses to calm down, and soon your thoughts start chasing each other in circles. For a split second, the whole world was exploding, but it was just a thunderclap, the loudest one you ever witnessed. But while you're already thinking about the next strike, your heart is still racing from the first one. Suddenly, the night sky turns blood red and you feel an infinite scream passing through everything. Unbearable anxiety engulfs you. Get away! But you can't run away from the whole sky being on fire any better than you can from your own past. Everything again, but nothing after. Judging by the careless driving you just witnessed, the man is either under the influence or another patient of Dr. Fink's. He's probably drunk. Good thing he's driving driving through a desert. That lowers the risk of him hurting anyone but himself. When did this happen? This evening, but later. The meaning of what you've just experienced is still hard to grasp. Is this some weird deja vu? The memories seem so real, and yet these things clearly never happened. You have actually gone completely mad. Have you actually gone completely mad and they were right to send you to Dr. Fink? But what if the careless driver really does show up? What if lightning actually strikes the motel and the night sky turns red? Mind map intentions. The combination of several specific memories can create an idea, and with enough inspiration or willpower points, you can turn that idea into an intention. Intention opens new dialogue options that will lead you through the journey of completing that intention. Keep in mind that not all that you intend can be successfully achieved. You want to get up and find out if these strange memories will play out in reality, or if it all is but the fever dream of a lunatic. Yet you can't. It's all too much. All you really want to do is forget you ever even had these weird visions. To forget about being here. To forget about the incident. Stay in the armchair forever. With a gentle touch, the phone screen turns on again. We'll scroll through our feed. Too nervous to play a stressful game like this right now. Oh yeah, there's nothing else to do but swallow the purple pill. So I'll force the pill down your throat. Using saliva as lubricant, you help the purple capsule find its way into your stomach. You have no idea how long it will take until its effects kick in, so there's nothing to do but wait. But gradually your thoughts begin to slow down and your consciousness lightens its feverish grip on you. No fear. Was it the purple pill? It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Embrace the sweet relief. The fuck? But what is this? A tiny spark of light seems to have taken root deep inside of you. It must have broken away from that mighty forked bolt of the brightest lightning you ever saw earlier. A spark still without shape, still without purpose, but full of potential. The sound of the loudest thunder jerks you out of the slumber. Inspirations. Inspiration points are small sparks of inspiration that you can use to motivate ideas and turn them into intentions. Be aware that when you spend inspiration points, they are gone for good. And as you finally recognize what it is, your pathetic attempt at forgetting about what you had experienced earlier is shattered. You have to find out if the careless driver showed up again. You must know if the sky will really be set ablaze. You need to see if everything will happen again, and if it does, you need to remember. Get up. Here you can see your active intentions. Select/hover over them to see more details about how to complete them. Clicking on an intention will open the mind map with that intention in focus. The rain is slackened off, and you see nothing out of the ordinary, nothing you could put your finger on. If the careless driver visited the motel, he has surely left already, while you were sleeping. I should have found the strength to get up earlier. There, it's not your fault. You were incapacitated. Glance toward the parking lot. As you stare at the reflections on the wet, dark asphalt, the memory begins unfolding in your mind again. He enters the car, starts the engine, and then he hits the transformer while driving in reverse, smashing his rear light before driving away in a cloud of smoke. If this really happened, you may be able to find some evidence down there. As you come closer to the transformer, you immediately notice a couple of red plastic shards. There are several small ones scattered all around, translucent triangles and rhomboids. The largest of them is lying right next to the transformer, shiny and wet, boldly staring at you from the dirty asphalt. This shard is obviously part of a broken taillight. This means he's been here already. There's no other option. I knew I would find something here, and I did. So it has to be true. And then, before you can wrap your head around all this, the skies are once again set ablaze, exactly as you remembered, only confusing you even further. What will happen now? Will you find yourself back at Dr. Fink's office in a moment? Will you remember anything? Or was this a one-time thing, and the evening will now continue as if nothing has happened? Befuddled, you cast your gaze on your wristwatch. It's 8:47 p.m. From now on, you will have the exact time displayed here. Pay attention to it because in Rue Valley, situations change when the time changes. Characters might leave some locations and arrive at others. Their mood might change and they might act differently at different times. The frenetic sound of the alarm nudges you back to the present.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Yes, you have my full attention.
Mr. Harrow, I'm aware that you may be experiencing a slight lack of motivation right now.
Lack of motivation, but you are motivated. You just need to remember. To remember. Yes, there's something very important. Muffled sound of the metallic clanging from the outside interrupts your train of thought. And suddenly an image of a young woman punching and kicking the old vending machine emerges in your mind. But like the first rock in an avalanche, it's inevitably followed by others, and more memories start emerging. The receptionist, the thunder, the mysterious driver, and finally that of yourself, standing in front of the transformer under the fiery sky, hoping you won't forget everything again. The loudest of thunderclaps happened as you foresaw. You found several red plastic shards by the power transformer where the careless driver smashed his rear light. And then the sky turned red again. As you struggle to put the memories in the correct order, your mental fog dissipates and two simple words form on your lips. Time loop. Seems like you're trapped in some sort of time loop where the same 47 minutes repeat over and over. Dr. Finks pulls you back to the motel room.
I don't think I follow, Mr. Harrow. Would you care to elaborate?
Aw, you fuckers. I'm kind of interested. I wonder why it's getting mixed results. I'm kind of into this. I am going to add it to my wish list. I'll probably get it on sale just because there's a lot of...
I'll never get out of here.
Just because I have a lot of games on my priority list right now. Yeah, I already did that. So that was the demo for Rue Valley. Like always, the Steam link will be down in the description on the YouTube video if you're watching this later on YouTube. I'm into that. I was worried about it with the reviews being mixed overall, but just from the demo alone, I'm interested in playing more of it. Even if the game ends up not being super great, the demos kind of pulled me in a little bit. And I do want to check it out. So I'm probably going to move it to... I don't know. Maybe lower on my priority list or something. But anyway, so that was the Rue Valley demo. As always, the link to the demo and the Steam page will be down in the description on YouTube. And if you are watching this on YouTube, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next demo.